Hello, and welcome to another episode of Andrea Speaks TV. I'm your host, Andrea, bringing you commentary you can use. So, listen, y'all, I want to get straight to it. Listen, this is a very important topic that I do want to speak on. You all know my supporters, my subscribers. I've been talking about water shortages for quite some time now. And, um, based on my research and based on reports, um, a lot of what we are seeing now and hearing about in the news, many reports are saying that climate change is to blame. But I'm going to ask you for your opinion. I'm going to share the information with you. And I want to talk for just a few minutes and give you all an update and ask the question, is Southern California about to run out of water? So let me go ahead and share some information with you all. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the channel by subscribing. If you are not subscribed, I would like to invite you to subscribe, join our community so that you can stay informed. All right, y'all. So the information that I want to talk about comes from CNN. Again, this information comes from CNN. And the title of the article says officials worry that Southern California won't have enough water to get through summer without unprecedented cuts. Okay. All right. This information was actually released on, an update was provided by CNN on May 4th, but I thought this was very important to follow up with you all on and give you an update on water shortages and to also get your thoughts and opinion. Okay. All right. So, according to CNN, the article says as Southern Californians brace for unprecedented water restrictions, officials worry that some communities won't have enough water to get through the summer. Now, did you all hear what I just said? Now, earlier, I took you all live with me as I was shopping in a farmer's market, and I talked about the fact that there were currently water restrictions in California. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I may have my numbers wrong, but I believe that in some parts of California, maybe even Southern California, they have been restricted to, I believe, 7 gallons a day. You all let me know. I have subscribers and supporters in California. Let me know if that information is accurate. And if not, please share what you know or what you are experiencing in the comments. Okay. I'm going to read this again, y'all. Here we are in May 2022, and officials worry. This is the title of the article. Again, this is coming from CNN. Officials worry Southern California won't have enough water to get through summer without unprecedented cuts. Okay. Let me continue. Well, actually, I'm going to start from the beginning. Again, this information comes from CNN. The article says as Southern Californians brace for unprecedented water restrictions, officials worry some communities won't have enough water to get through the summer, at least not without residents and businesses significantly cutting back on their usage. Okay. All right. Now, the article continues by saying that the state's top natural resources officer told CNN that California's water emergency clearly shows the climate crisis in action. Now, you all know, even in my previous videos, I'll go back after this video is over with and I'll drop a link to a playlist that I created where I share a lot of information, um, past videos where I talked about water shortages and the need for all of us. Even if you're watching, you're saying, you know what, Andrea, okay, I'm not in Southern California. What does this have to do with me? But, if you do your research, you'll find that many parts of the United States rely on, water sources from the West. Even in the Colorado River area, a lot of other parts of the United States rely on and depend on water sources, water sources. That's what I'm trying to say. a lot of areas in the United States depend on water from that area. Okay. All right. So I would definitely say that we all need to be concerned. This is not something that I feel like is just concentrated to one area, that it will have an effect on other parts of the United States, possibly the world. Okay. All right. So again, the state's top natural resources officer told CNN that California's water emergency clearly shows the climate crisis in action. Here's a quote by California Secretary for Natural Resources, who told CNN, "Some would consider this a wake-up call. I would disagree." Okay. The California Secretary for Natural Resources also shared the alarms already gone off. Okay, now the article continues by saying that scientists reported earlier this year that the West's current mega drought is in, and it says the worst in at least 1,200 years, y'all. That the human caused climate crisis has made it 72% worse. And now I want to ask you again, here they're mentioning the climate crisis. Do you believe this is true? Would you agree or disagree that uh, we as humans, we have contributed to what they're calling a climate crisis? Let me know your thoughts on that. The article says for the past 2 decades, weather in the West has been characterized by extended periods of drought with fleeting bursts of wintertime precipitation, which have never been enough to overcome the region's severe water shortage. In California, the article says snow typically builds up in the Sierra Nevada throughout the winter, storing precious water that gradually melts through the spring and early summer and replenishes reservoirs. In a normal year, the article says snow melt would provide 30% of the state's water, according to the Department of Natural Resources. And I've actually talked about that in my previous video. So make sure after you finish watching this video, whether you're watching now live or watching by replay, make sure you click the link in the description so that you can look at videos on all of my coverage on the water shortage. And I'll tell you all this, and this is another reason why you need to subscribe to the channel. I was talking about water shortages months ago, even last year, back when a lot of people were not talking about it. So I do encourage you, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I do encourage you to subscribe. That way you can stay connected and informed when I do upload new content every week. All right, y'all. So let me keep sharing information from the article. Okay. The article also says, but by April, at the end of this year's wet season, California's snowpack was only 4% of normal. By May, there was no snow at all. Okay. The article also talks about how climate change is here. It has been happening across the West. Here is someone, hold on just a minute, y'all. Let me see. Okay. So let me continue. Okay. Metropolitan Water District, the article says, of Southern California, a regional water wholesaler, sells water to 26 member agencies, which then serves some 19 million people in 6 counties. Okay. The article says, in light of the foreseen shortage, Metropolitan, for the first time in its nearly 100-year history, is mandating that restrictions be put in place for parts of Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties that receive water through the State Water Project, which pipes water down from the northern Sierra Nevada mountains and the Sacramento San Joaquin River Delta. Okay, they have 2 options. Listen to this, y'all. They can either implement volumetric limitations or demand customers reduce their outdoor watering to 1 day a week by June 1st. The article continues by saying that at the same time, the water district is asking all Southern Californians to cut their usage by 35%. All right, here's a quote by the general manager of the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, who told CNN the action has to happen now because we can't wait until the middle of the summer. Okay, it'll be too late. And I don't want anyone, I'm sorry, the general manager stated, and I quote, it'll be too late and I don't want to, I'm sorry, y'all, it'll be too late and I don't want anybody to turn on the faucet and not have enough water. Okay, again, that was a quote by the general manager of the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Okay. So again, it looks like they're putting restrictions on outdoor watering. Let's see. Targeting outdoor watering could have a large impact on water conservation, officials say. If not enough water is saved, Metropolitan Water District says it is prepared to ban all outdoor watering on September the 1st. Okay. They also talk about the water usage. The Metropolitan Water District also gets 25% of its water from the Colorado River. I mentioned that earlier. The Colorado River being a water source. And it says where the West mega drought is starkly visible. The river system supplies water to 40 million people, y'all, across 7 states and Mexico, the country of Mexico, and its 2 major reservoirs, the country's largest, are draining rapidly. Now, listen, y'all, I remember back when I was, first reporting on water shortages. Again, I have been talking about this for many, many months now, even when it was not headline news, when it wasn't, news at the forefront. A lot of people just weren't talking about it. And I remember one of my supporters, one of my viewers sharing in the comments, and, they were saying that, there were reports that some kind of way, now, I don't know if this is true or not, they were saying that some kind of way, these different companies were able to go in and drain the underwater, I don't know if it's like well system or, whatever system or pipe system they have underground to get and transport water. There were reports, according to, one of my viewers and subscribers who put in the comments that they were actually, it was not necessarily that there was. So basically what they were saying, or what they were alleging, is that the droughts themselves were actually man-made, that somehow they were able to go in and actually drain the underwater, the underground water sources and cause water to dry up that way. Do you all have any information on that? Do you believe that's possible? Do you feel that, there's something else going on and they're just trying to blame it on climate change and the climate, and what they're saying is the climate crisis, so that they can push a different agenda? You all let me know your thoughts on that. All right, let me continue. The federal government announced Tuesday it is taking unprecedented emergency steps to help boost water levels at Lake Powell and buy the surrounding communities more time to plan for the very real possibility that the reservoir, the country's largest, will soon run out of water. Okay, at Lake Mead, I've talked about Lake Mead before. Lake Mead, the water line has dropped so low in the lake that it has exposed a water intake valve that had been in service, y'all, since 1971. The Southern Nevada Water Authority activating a newer low lake pumping station to still be able to access water for its customers. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much all the information that the article does provide. Again, y'all, we're living in times where times are unusual. And as I shared earlier this evening in my live, now is definitely not the time to not know what's going on. So that's why I feel like this channel is very important. I created Andrea Speaks TV out of the need to share information. So much information every single day now is pushed out to us that a lot of times it's hard to decipher and determine, okay, what do we really need to know? What's going on? There's so many distractions out there. And I feel like, and maybe many of you all would agree, that Andrea Speaks TV is a place where you can come and get news and information. You can share your thoughts. We can, share information here in the comments to help each other, help ourselves and our families, our loved ones, sustain through the times that we're currently living in. So I want to encourage you all to, even if you're not in Southern California, to, take heed to the information and make, by all means, do your research and make the choices that you feel like are necessary and appropriate to protect yourselves and your family. Make sure that, for those of you who are prepping, and, many people have been doing this for a while now. But if you're like me and you're saying, hey, wait a minute, these times are, we haven't seen, we've never seen times like this in our lifetime. something's not right. You're getting things prepared. You have been getting prepared. You want to make sure that you have water. Water is needed to survive. It's very critical for survival. And so, while it's available, you want to make sure that you have what you feel like is the necessary supply for you and your family. I also have right here on my channel, Andrea Speaks TV, I have a playlist of several videos where I've talked about food shortages as well as water shortages. And several months back, I took you all to Sam's Club and I showed you how at the time they were actually limiting how many cases of water you can get. So I would not be surprised if when, with water shortages happening, particularly in the West, I would not be surprised if, sometime in the future, we see that stores are placing limits on water again. Okay. So you all let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like Southern California is about to run out of water? What do you feel like are, the reasons that this is happening, the real reasons, and what are some real solutions that need to be put into place to help ease what they're saying is a drought in a particular area of the United States. So again, I want to say thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all so much. Again, I would like to invite you to subscribe and join our community. I do upload videos and content every week. So when you do subscribe, make sure that you hit the all notifications bell so that you'll be notified whenever I do go live and upload new content. Also, please visit my website, preparewithandrea.com. Get you some emergency food supply and survival needs. I also have a video right here on the channel where I show you how to place your order. And I actually browse the website and I show you many different items that you may want to consider adding to your current survival needs and food supply. These are solutions and products that I am using myself with my family. And so I want to share those with you as well. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Andrea Speaks TV. I can be followed on Instagram at Andrea Speaks TV. And again, I want to thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Leave me some feedback, comments. Let me know your thoughts on the video. I appreciate you all so much. So again, this video we talked about is Southern California about to run out of water. Let me know your thoughts. I'd be interested to know what you are thinking and how you feel about this topic. And if you are one of my subscriber supporters in Southern California, I pray that you and your family are able to get the things that you need and have everything you need during the times, that we're all living in. Again, I can't tell you what to do. I can just maybe offer suggestions, helpful suggestions and solutions. While these items are available, particularly water, since that's what we're talking about, make sure you get what you need. And I'm telling y'all, now is not the time where we want to be depending on, especially our government, to provide for us. Okay. I think, and I said this earlier on my live, I think that now more than ever, we all need to learn ways in which we can become, somewhat self-sufficient and be able to either grow or make the things, essential things that we need and not have to wait on anyone or depend on anyone to provide these for us. So again, thank you all so much for your support. Take care, and I'll talk to you all soon.